Okay. Torture is real, and the long term implications of being tortured is also real, right? And if you apply stress and duress to people long enough, the understanding is you can alter their reality, and in altering their reality, get them to agree that things that happened in the past either didn't really happen, or they had a different intent, or they made a agreement in the past to do something, a sort of retroactive claim. So I'm looking right now at YouTube and going back 3 to 4 years are all of these videos on human cyborgs and microchipping. And the ironic thing is, some of the I haven't looked on. It says 2 years ago, 1 year ago, some of the couple months, 4 years ago, right? 13 years ago. What's this say? Special top. Oh, well, supply chain, huh? But it's a pretty significant manner. Well, here's the thing. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, it's a different conversation then. You got pictures of people with their hand talking about getting the microchip implant in their hand as if, oh, look, this was the security feature this company offered. This is the marketing they got going on, right? This company or this opportunity came up where you could get microchipped and then you could just pay for stuff, right? Just go through the door and it pays for you. It's automatic. Well, that's not the way it was presented 3 or 4 years ago, right? The people who had the actual information and the actual practical knowledge of what went into these kind of human microchipping programs weren't talking about the RFID as being the next breakthrough in their commercial activities. They were talking about it and sounding it as an alarm, as in they're trying to program us. Now, I know that a lot of the behavioral sciences era has been about, well, it's how you see it. Your perception informs your reality. And I mean, if you see it as extortion, well, I mean, what are we going to do about you seeing what we're doing as extortion? And if you kidnap somebody and you give them absolutely nothing but that kind of vapidity day after day after day, year after year after year, your expectation is that they're going to just give in and be like, you know what, beautiful young woman, that is so much more important than I am, as has been demonstrated every day of my life. You're right. I was never being extorted into making an excuse for the people who trafficked me when I was your age, so that now that you're the age you are, you can traffic people my age and think that somehow you can get away with it, right? I'm sorry that you don't see it as extortion, and I'm sorry you don't see it as trafficking. Because I also know that electromagnetic pulse weapons are real. And I also know that there are entire national infrastructures right now that are making long term plans on how to protect their national interests based upon plasma weapons development paradigms that are significantly ahead of us. And we do not have either the psychological or the biophysiological fortification to withstand that. And there's only so much sex and drugs are going to do to lure them out of their own self interest, right? So is it true? Did you guys just make COVID as a big practical joke? Was it really just a part of your own contribution to the pension hedging strategy where you were going to have a big orgy where you, on the clandestine level, tried to get through the only kind of legislative gains that have been acquired, which are in connection with a planned economy based on futures connected to the stolen lives of people that were political opposition to those who spent the last 20 to 30 years trying to coerce us into acceding to legal prostitution, gambling, and marijuana? Okay. Did you get your microchip yet? Did you get your microchip yet? And were they able to get a security system set up to protect you and the radio frequency that is controlling your microchip that wasn't based upon me or exploitation of me? Or people I used to be in limbic resonance with that to this day have never agreed to that paradigm? And do you have a second line of defense except for being used as the human shield of the intellectual authors that are trying to get you to provide a nice, sexy face and make everybody feel really good while they're acclimated into assimilating to this kind of paradigm? You see, the Americans made a very big mistake after World War II. They made a very big mistake when they let the GIs go and have frolic with those German women. I'm letting you know, man or woman, when we take your town, if you come out and try to offer them sex, I'm going to see you as a combatant. And any one of them that has sex with you is going to be understood to be aiding and abetting the enemy. And that's how they'll be treated.